Hey you guys, and yes, this is the video that I told you all that I would make and post, and once again I thank you all so much for all the support and love that you guys have given me thus far, ever since I went live and gave you all an update on things. And even though my life has continuously transitioned for the better, for not only myself and my child, I believe in giving back. And so not even just through this video, I've donated back clothing and stuff to Kids Above All. And even though I've grown more into a position to even give back at all, I still really appreciate them. And it's like, this is just me honoring them, because to be honest, if it wasn't for this program and the caseworkers and the counselors and even the home visitors who specialize in keeping an eye on your child's development and things of this nature, I love it. And just working together with parents and also providing doula services and even OBGYN visits and things like that. It's such an amazing program. They'll check up on mom, they'll check up on baby, and they really are dedicated to not only the betterment and the development of the child, but the development and the betterment of mom too. And it's also, I love this about this program, because this is not for every program in Chicago, especially when you're in a domestic violent relationship and things of this nature. I love the fact that this program actually caters to growth. So even as your life changes and improves for the better, even as you make more money, even, if you choose to donate back or not, whether it's through clothes, materials, or money, or whatever it is, even as you move, even as you relocate, even as baby grows, even the older baby gets, they remain supportive, and they really leave it up to you as to if you want to continue with them or not. And they support your growth, because I do know that some programs, once you reach a certain income threshold, they'll release you, or if you move too far, they just can't help you. They can't, access you anymore. You have to be dropped or whatever. And, if you have, certain things or whatever going on, then they can't work with you anymore. And that just, for me, that's not been the case. And I've been very pleasantly surprised and very heavily supported by Kids Above All, and I am eternally grateful, because I know for a fact that I would not be where I am right now if it wasn't for their help. I mean, for those of you all who I made aware in the live stream and in the video or whatever, I called and texted Kids Above All. I texted my home care visitor who does the developmental visits and all that stuff, and playtime with mommy and baby and stuff to check on development. But they are actually the ones who called the police in my previous situation so that baby and I could get out safely. They helped me call the literal police. They've offered to make statements for court and things of that nature. They've been so amazing. They can give you your records, you and your child's records, if you need them. They don't hoard them and act all weird about it if you ever are in a situation to where there's some post-separation stuff involved or whatever it is. They really make themselves available for you. And I honestly, if you're in the Chicago area and God forbid you're in a domestic violence situation, or if you're a mom and maybe you need a little bit of help, because as you guys know, when I left my ex, I left with nothing, and I had to rebuild from nothing. So at the time when I left, I did not have any resources or anything, but Kids Above All was right there to provide so many immediate needs and so many things, and it was beautiful. And I was blessed. I was honestly so blessed. They help you with Uber cards and things of that nature. They'll help you with grocery cards if you need grocery, Amazon cards if you need immediate meat. They'll give you all these gift cards and things. If you're truly starting from the bottom, they will help you with some level of foundation. And like when I first left and I was rebuilding and I had absolutely nothing at all, like Kids Above All came through. Like they provide everything from like, clothes. It depends on the size of your child and your baby. But if your baby's like, I know that they offer like high chairs and car seats and strollers if you need them. Cribs if need be. If you're moving to a place, they'll help you and connect you with furniture. And other resources. Like they're really amazing, and I am really blessed to have even gotten into the program. And the thing is, when they reach out to you and they do verification, now it depends, like, because they do help moms who are like single, all on their own and just like struggling, especially if they're like in between employment or whatever. But they are very, 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 and this is my experience because I joined because I was already having red flags in my previous situation. So I was low-key planning anyway, just in case while I was pregnant, to do something and to up and move around if need be, because I knew what I was getting ready to face with my previous situation. And I chose to try to protect myself and baby to the best of my ability. Because of everything that happened. So I really think that, if you are in a situation to where you're dealing with a lot of abuse, this is how I got accepted into the program. I literally would show them like text messages from when, I was in my previous situation and those arguments and things, and just show them how the ex used to speak to me and stuff like that. And they were like, oh no, we'll be here for you. So it started out as, just doing the home visits and stuff like that, and then accepting me in, but also always keeping an eye on the what was going on in my previous relationship, because there were red flags raised that were definitely necessary. And so they were always checking in, asking like, well, how are you and him, and how is baby developing, and how is he acting, and how is he behaving? Do you need to vent? We have a counselor, she can talk with you at any day or time. And the counselor is actually more available than even my therapist, because even my therapist, when I message her sometimes, obviously she's busy, and this is no shade to her, but like she'll get back to me like in a day or two. So I love the availability of Kids Above All, and just like how they really, really, really prioritize, moms and the kids' development above all. And it's honestly beautiful, and I'm blessed. So I'm just saying, if you're in the Chicago area and you feel like you need help, and maybe you're with a partner who's not that supportive, maybe you're with a partner who's abusive and gives you red flags, and you don't feel safe with them, and you don't feel safe in their environment, and you're worried about you and baby and how baby will develop, and especially if your child is like very small, like a newborn, and leaving, like that's gonna impact some things. So if you want like kind of like that safety net, and maybe like your friends and family can only do so much, or maybe in the moments of when you do leave a situation, they're not able to do much for you at the time, the time being, or whatever it is, then like they will be available for you, and they can even help you make like an exit plan. Like as you guys know, if you are dealing with domestic violence, of course, always seek help, always, call the proper authorities and do what you need to do. But if you are dealing with domestic violence or anything like that, like they will help you make an escape plan too, that you just kind of keep on the hush, that they don't tell your partner about, in case you want to ever execute it with you and baby safely. And I love that, and I am so appreciative of that, and I'm grateful. Even though that's not necessarily how I didn't end up evacuating with my plan. I ended up having to leave immediately, due to everything that took place and transpired. But, and, having my life threatened in front of my child, like, absolutely not. So, yeah, just moving forward like that. But either way, they were still there as a huge support. And I'm so grateful, and I'm so blessed. And, I put their donation links and everything in the description. Also, if you just go on their website, I'm pretty certain that they have an address where you can donate, like, material items like clothes. You can donate like I don't know, like high chairs, toys, books, make sure they're all in good condition, barely used, very clean. and stuff like that. You can donate some of everything, especially as your child develops the milestones and, you know, moves forward and everything. So yeah, you guys just like are amazing, and I'm really, really, really grateful to not only Kids Above All, but my audience for you all's love and support. And I will keep you guys updated. As of right now, things are just trucking along, and we're just keeping it moving forward. But I really wanted to do this video to give back to my program because of all that they've done for me. And so even if you aren't able to donate to them financially or whatever, that it's absolutely fine. Like, there's literally an address to where you can go and drop off physical items, especially if you're in the Chicago area, and you know, just go at it like that. I just wanted to leave space and hold space for them on my channel, since they were such a pivotal part of my transition and my build up since leaving with baby and moving forward. And now that life has gotten better, and you know, already prepping to move and working and things like that, like, life looks a lot different than it did like a year ago, and I'm fortunate for that. So and they still support me, so this is my way of supporting them back and giving back. So I love you guys. I will be checking in with you all at some point, but up until then, you all take care of yourselves. I love you very much. Mwah.